Okay. Hi now. I'm going to talk today about shidduchim. It's a very sensitive subject that I like to talk about, even though it puts me in a bad mood. But before I do, I want everyone to go immediately to www.oorah.org/laptops for a chance to win. You can win either a laptop or an iPod, or both if you're smart, and you donate $36 or more. And I think that anyone who doesn't do it is absolutely crazy. That's just my own personal opinion, okay? And the truth is that they wanted to come out with not just the iPad, but they wanted to come out with the iWife as well. Could you imagine the iWife? It would have been a wonderful invention. But of course, they weren't able to because they couldn't make an iWife with a silent mode. So, well, it is what it is. It's one of the mottos I go by. That's what it is. But anyway, I'm going to tell you tonight some real practical advice, okay? Real, no-nonsense advice, okay? You know, not like those people who say that you should exercise for a shidduch, you know. Yeah, exercising is easier said than done, you know, unless you have a lisp, of course. But I think that some practical things, you know, like going to a makubal. I have my own favorite makubal that I go to, and I'm very close to him. You know, he gives me wonderful idea. My husband's not too crazy about him, but it's his problem. I don't force him to go. He can't force me not to go. Okay, I feel very strongly about that, right? But anyway, my makubal, one of his ideas is a very practical advice. You know, today you have different phone plans, and if you switch from one phone plan to the other, you know, you can switch to Cucumber, and you'll get 1,000 free minutes of text messaging, and you know, these just wonderful, wonderful advices. Today's boys are like an iPad. They're like a cell phone. They have no plan. They're free roaming, free weeknights. Getting back to the makubal. So just like these companies, if you switch from one plan to the other, you can get 1,000 free minutes, okay? My makubal has his tzedakah. And if you switch from your tzedakah to his, you'll get 1,000 free minutes at either the Kaisel Marivi or Keva Rachel of your choice. So I think that's just it's a wonderful choice. And this is just practical advice. You can take it or leave it, okay? Another thing that I do want to offer to you is that eventually down the line you're going to have parnasa. And to say Pashas Haman is a wonderful, wonderful segula. Okay, I know someone who says Pashas Haman every day 6 times, each time under a different name. Okay, so that's just also, you know, wonderful, wonderful advice. And the most important thing by shidduchim is you have to be open in communication. You have to get along. If you're not going to communicate, you know, just recently, there was an older fellow who needed a shidduch, and he came to me, okay? And, you know, he was in the 70s. He was a very, very wealthy fellow, okay? I mean, like, filthy rich. And, you know, naturally, he wanted to get married, okay? And I read him a woman, much, much younger. Okay, she was in her 40s, maybe even younger. I don't remember exactly. And he asked me, you know, should I lie to her? Should I tell her that, you know, instead of saying that I'm 70, should I only say that I'm, let's say, 50? Okay? And I said, no. Don't tell her you're 50. You're a wealthy person. You should tell her you're 90, okay? So this is the kind of advice that I like to give to people when there's no communication. You know, there's a beautiful word I just heard in the Parsha. In the Parsha, there's just a phenomenal word. That when Rivka, she saw her chassan, she saw Yitzchak, so she was riding on the camel, right? And when she saw him davening, she fell off. She fell off the camel. So they ask, so why did she fall off the camel? Right? Because she's davening, she fell off the camel? Why? So the answer they give is very interesting. You know, in those days, they didn't even have mincha. All they had was Shacharis. She came in the evening time. And Avram Avinu, Tika, and Shacharis. So when Rivka came, she saw her chassan, and it appeared as if he's davening Shacharis in the evening. So that's why she fell off the camel. So this is just different advice, that I like to give. And, you got to hand it to these boys. You got to hand it to the yeshiva boys. Because the hardest thing for anybody is to get up in the morning. Okay? That refreshing, geschmacke feeling of getting up in the morning, all refreshed and ready to start the day, all happy and energetic when you wake up. You know that feeling? No? Neither do I. Okay? And these boys, these yeshiva boys, they have to wake up at least 3 times every morning. So I think that you should hand it to them. Right? This is just another piece of, just bear that in mind. And for the girls as well, I'm very reassuring and I'm always encouraging. And I'll talk to you about it later. But a lot of these girls ask me, one girl told me, would my chassan really have married me had my father not left me a fortune? Father left her a fortune, okay? Would my chassan have married me had my father not left me a fortune? And I told her, Shendel, I promise you, he would have married you no matter who left you the fortune, okay? So this is, just advice, practical things that everyone should just bear in mind. Now, another thing now, this is a subject that's very, very sore by a lot of people. And I'm going to approach it, I don't care. This is the topic of shviggers, okay? People say that whenever you do something wrong, and I always hear this as a Shadchan, whenever you do something wrong, the shvigger will remember. She remembers like an elephant. Like an elephant. And I think it's disgusting. Excuse me. I think you'll agree. There's at least a difference of 50 pounds between the elephant and the shvigger, okay? And my own son-in-law tries to tell me all the time. Today he's already a grandfather himself. But, he tells me all the time, he's still trying to flatter me. He's still trying to chan for me, v'mezukt. And he tells me, mommy, he calls me mommy. I'm not his mommy, but that's what he calls me. And he says, he tells me how wonderful I look. And I say, excuse me, that's not funny. This flattery it doesn't talk to me, flattery. It just goes right around me, okay? These are one of the things I think, this is what for shidduchim, I always say, sheker achein v'hevel yalfei. All right, that's my motto. I've been living by that my whole life. Okay, I feel, these are one of the things that I feel very, very strongly about. And, just generally speaking, I have a story, a true story, okay, of a shvigger who bought for her son-in-law a present. She bought him 2 sweaters. It was Lag BaOmer, and he wanted to make a shvigger happy. So he put on one of those sweaters, okay? He went to see her. The first thing the shvigger said was, what happened? You didn't like the other one? So these are the lessons that I want to leave you with today. And I want to remind all of you, once again, that this Motzei Shabbos is going to be the Oorah. And it's very kidai for you to join, because for $5 you can win a phenomenal prize, okay? So right now I'm going to announce the winner. Hold on. Just bear with me a second, okay? Shira Eisen from Amherst, Massachusetts. She won both. Oh my gosh! Wow! Phenomenal! Oh, there's a smart person right there. Mazel tov. Good for you. So she won both an iPad and a laptop. I'm very proud of you. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Best of luck.